Hey everyone, it's NoVanityBran from the CABAL here, back with another edition of Foxhole War Stories. Foxhole's 61st update dropped about 3 weeks ago, bringing a whole wave of major changes that have shaken up the meta in a big way. From building changes to underground fortresses to new rocket platforms, there's plenty to adapt to in this new update. And with a fresh update comes a fresh war, and we're now 21 days into War 126. This war has been a close one, but right now the Colonials are holding a slight lead over the Wardens. But as any experienced Foxhole player knows, this can flip in an instant. On the central front, Colonial forces are grinding forward with steady gains in places like Callahan's Passage and Marvin Hollow. Over on the eastern front, we're pushing into the border between Endless Shore and Stilken Shelf. The Wardens, meanwhile, have dug in hard in the west with heavy fighting across the Westgate and Faranac line, and as per usual, they have also locked down most of the open ocean, including the Spearhead and Stemma Landing. But yesterday, we launched an amphibious invasion to change that. The mission was to liberate the Spearhead and AC's Overlook from Warden control. Several Colonial regiments took part in the assault. UCF and Benga were on marine barges and a destroyer. VF manned another destroyer, Trident deployed a submarine to protect our invasion force, and Cabal led the ground infantry team riding in on the Longhook. The invasion kicked off with a naval bombardment. Our destroyers took out the seaport defenses and the coastal gun, which cleared the way for the Longhook to ram into the harbor. Once on the shore, the infantry stormed the docks, wiping out defenses near the seaport and pushing towards the safe houses. Then our tank support rolled in, helping to clear the way for our infantry and ballista tanks to destroy the safe houses. Using tremola grenades, hydras, and ballista tanks brought in by UCF, we quickly crumbled the first safe house, then another, and made a hard push toward the town hall. Meanwhile, other infantry scattered about and took out any garrison houses and defenses that could be a problem. With artillery fire support from our destroyers, we dropped the town hall within minutes of landing. But the job was not finished. Several enemy spawn points remained untouched, including 2 bunker bases and the relic base at AC's Overlook. And the existence of these spawn points allowed the Wardens to rally to the defense. Artillery from AC's Overlook began hitting our position, and Warden infantry surged in from the north of the island. We fought hard to hold the town hall at Spearhead for about 20 minutes, but under constant pressure and with no time to dig in, we were forced to fall back to the seaport.
I got 5 million gas masks. Self, pull it the fuck out. Good stuff, good stuff.
No, it's leaving.
Under artillery fire and direct fire from tanks, our Longhooks sustained some damage during the retreat, and the Wardens scrambled to capitalize on this using gunboats to chase us down, but we were able to quickly assemble a large team with Bane anti-tank launchers at the front of the Longhook to deal with the gunboats, and with no Warden large ships in the area, we managed to safely retreat without losing any major naval assets. While the invasion did not succeed in taking the island, we didn't sustain any significant losses, and it was loads of fun, and a great example of the kind of coordination that the Colonials need more of in naval warfare. But Cabal was not done for the day. Not long after the retreat, we spotted another opportunity, a Warden invasion forming up at the border between Westgate and Faranac Coast. So we did what we do best. We switched to Partisan gear and we went tank hunting. And of course, we did some tremolas too.
Lunez onto OP, guys. Lunez onto OP. They're not OP. Not OP, by the way. Not OP. Not OP. Not OP. Not OP. Not OP. Not OP. Not OP at all. By the way.
The Cabal tank hunters sprang into action armed with sticky grenades, banes, and bad intentions. Over the next hour, we ambushed and disabled at least 10 Warden tanks, crippling their momentum during their invasion. My personal favorite was this double kill on 2 Warden Flame Widows. And this double kill on 2 Warden heavy tank destroyers. With the armored threat mostly neutralized, we pushed deeper behind enemy lines. We slipped into Farinac Coast, we discovered a large Warden bunker base still under construction, and so we grabbed our flamethrowers and we lit it up. We burned most of the area to the ground, destroying the bunkers still waiting on garrison upgrades, and then we came back with a Tremola squad to finish the job and collapse the bunker cores. Overall, War 126 has been a highly competitive war so far, with many fronts locked into weeks-long stalemates that are only now beginning to break. This war is very much still anyone's game, and the next week will likely be critical in determining the winner. Whether we do naval assaults, partisan raids, artillery, tanking, or anything else, I'll be here to deliver you the highlights from our point of view. As always, I want to thank you for watching, whether you're a Colonial or a Warden, and remember, the eye of CABAL never blinks.